Hello and welcome to Anderson Field. My name is Michael Pagano, and we are here for a NCAA field hockey matchup between your Messiah College Falcons and the visiting Lebanon Valley Dutchmen. And my name is Michael Pagano, and I will be joined here in a minute or two by Matthew Fenton as we will be bringing you all the action here from Anderson Field, as this is a battle for basically Matt Commonwealth lead here, because the Falcons sit at 4-0 in the conference and Lebanon Valley sits at 4-0 in the conference. Both teams are on a very impressive 7-game winning streak, and they're just going to duke it out here on Anderson Field and see who comes out the victor and see who comes out the leader in the MAC Commonwealth tonight. So very important matchup here for both teams as we were really winding down in the regular season. Only 3 games left for the Dutchmen, while the Falcons have 4 games, but only 3 more conference games for both teams. So this is a very important one as far as the MAC Commonwealth tournament goes, and so it should be a good one. As we are about to get ready here for some starting lineups and other things of that nature, the national anthem. But a few players to watch coming into this one. For the Dutchmen, you definitely got to look out for Cecile Cat. Cecile Cat has 14 goals on the season, 29 points overall. She also has an assist. So Cecile Cat is definitely going to be the go-to person for the Dutchmen in this one. And while the Falcons really have had a pretty balanced attack, but if we're going to go with somebody here, we got to go with Josie Weaver. And Josie Weaver is the reigning MAC Commonwealth Offensive Player of the Week, as she was able to put together 6 points between 2 games last week, and she had a very good week, and she's been playing well. She has 13 points on the season and 4 goals with 5 assists. So pretty much an all-around great player is Josie Weaver, so she's definitely somebody to look out for the Falcons.
Mike, it sounds like you're teeing up the broadcast well in this MAC Commonwealth matchup between a couple of foes fighting for the top seed here in the MAC Commonwealth playoffs that are coming up in just a couple of games. Both teams 4-0, riding some hot streaks recently. Both of them, I think, are on 7-game win streaks. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah.
So it looks like we should have a great one here. Last season, these two teams met in the MAC Commonwealth semifinals. The Falcons winning that one en route to, I believe their 12th straight MAC Commonwealth championship. But both teams are hot, and we are very excited to get this one underway. And Mike introduced me earlier, but I'm Matthew Fenton. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play tonight. Mike's going to be giving you a little bit of color throughout this broadcast, and we are excited for this conference matchup between what looks like a couple of the top teams in the conference.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Really excited to see it. The Falcons, like we already mentioned, I mean, they're on a 7-game winning streak, and they've just been playing well ever since they began MAC Commonwealth play, all the way back on September 28th against Alvernia in a 5-0 win there. They have been just rolling right along. They were able to beat Franklin, and Marshall is now up to number 4 in the country. They were able to take down Arcadia a couple weeks ago, beat Gettysburg, beat Stevenson, beat York, and beat Widener. So Falcons rolling right along. And really, the Falcons do have a 10-4 overall record, but you look at their 4 losses, and their 4 losses are all against teams that are very high up in the rankings. You look at College of New Jersey. College of New Jersey is number 2 in the country right now. Ursinus, I believe, is number 11. Salisbury is top 10. I'm thinking 6 or 7. And then Johns Hopkins is also top 10, top 15 team. So all the losses for the Falcons have come against very highly ranked teams. So the Falcons are definitely pretty battle-tested at this point in the season.
Yeah, Mike, you're talking about that battle-tested team, and both these teams kind of struggled out of the gates. But recently they have been some of the hottest teams in the land and in the region for sure. And we're hoping to see that hot play continue, at least for the Falcons. I like to say at the top of broadcasts that we are a bit of a homer broadcast. We do see the Falcons a couple times a week. So they are, who we're working for and who we're dealing with every day. So we'll be probably rolling those names off the tongue a little bit easier than the Dutchmen, but we'll do our best to incorporate LVC into the broadcast as we go. Mike mentioned a couple of those players to highlight, and I'm sure some of those names will be rattling off pretty frequently, particularly up front with Kat, the goal scorer and co-offensive player of the year last year in the MAC Commonwealth. So we're getting lineups underway right now, and we're just a couple of moments away from getting this one started. So I think we're getting ready for the national anthem. So we're going to step away for just a moment for the national anthem, and then we'll be bringing you all of the action from Anderson Field on a cool evening here in Grantham. Really starting to feel like fall and this late October matchup. So we're going to step away for just a second. We'll be back with the first touch of the game in just a moment. All right, so we are ready to roll. National anthem has been played, and we are ready for NCAA Division III field hockey. As Mike mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Falcons ranked number 12th in the land. Messiah 10-4 on the year. They're 4-0 in the conference. Lebanon Valley 9-5 on the season. They're 4-0 as well. We should also note that this isn't the only Messiah sporting event in action this evening. Women's soccer, they're the number 1 team in the land. They're down in Frederick against the Hood Blazers in a conference matchup as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on that game throughout the broadcast and trying to give you some scoring updates throughout.
Yeah, like you said, it should be a solid match between both teams here, as we're pretty much just about ready to get into it right now. 15 minutes up on the clock, and the Falcons and Dutchmen are both in their huddles, and they're pretty much ready to rock and roll. We got through the national anthem, and we're about ready to get started. Like you mentioned, Matt, the Falcons are playing the Hood Blazers tonight, and they just got underway. So, like you mentioned, we will keep you up to date on that.
That's women's soccer, Mike. We've got the Dutchmen from Lebanon Valley here. If you're joining us from Annville, we appreciate you tuning in this evening. I'm hoping Mike Freeman, Sports Information Director from LVC, doesn't have us on mute, knowing that I was going to be on the broadcast tonight. He said he was going to be muting our stream, so hopefully we can deliver an unbiased account of tonight's game. As you see the Falcons there on your screen, Falcons will be wearing the blue tops and blue bottoms with the white trim. We've got on the pink socks this evening for our Think Pink game for breast cancer awareness. So they had the pink warm-ups out this evening. Our coaching staff still with those on throughout the contest tonight. But Messiah will be in the blue with the white numbers. They'll be going right to left across your television screen, mobile device, computer screen, tablet, however you're watching us this evening. Lebanon Valley in the all-whites, they've got the blue numbers. They'll be going left to right. And we are excited to bring you some Division III field hockey to get this one started. Taylor Wiederek's going to send this one forward. As Messiah's going to play this one deep into the corner. Lebanon Valley's going to get a stick on that one and send it away. Lebanon Valley now trying to push forward into the midfield. And we're going to do our best to get these numbers out for you. A little tough to see this evening through our press box windows, but we'll do the best we can, as that one is cut off by the Messiah defense, and they're going to send this one away on the far side. Last touch by LVC. It'll be Messiah ball. Falcons weaving their way through the midfield.
And something we did mention a little bit was the weather out there is definitely getting colder. It was very cold last week, and it is very cold again tonight. But the Falcons and Dutchmen playing through it. And, I mean, it's not too bad, but it's definitely pretty cold out there, and it'll only get colder as the days go by. But anyways, the Falcons do lose one out, and they're going to give it back to the Dutchmen as the Dutchmen are able to get it over midfield.
Yeah, that was right at the midfield stripe. That one sent away by Faith Dinger, senior midfielder. Now the Falcons will take back over. Hannah Palm with it on the near sideline, right in front of us, trying to slide it to Wiederecht. Eventually gets it through. Wiederecht trying to work her way into the circle. Tries to slide this one back up top. Can't get it connected all the way there as it's swung back into the middle, and the Dutchmen will take over as they push that one forward. Nice defensive effort by Messiah. That was Kat. We mentioned her at the top of the broadcast, and I think we'll be calling her name a few times throughout. She's got the orange shoes there, hailing from the Netherlands. Now Messiah crossing the timeline, trying to push the ball forward. Can't find a stick there on the far side. It'll go out of bounds. Messiah again continuing to work this one forward, trying to get into the attacking third. No team really with an opportunity in the first 2.5 minutes of this game just yet.
But yeah, one thing we didn't really mention too much about was the Falcons' homecoming victory on Saturday against Widener. Widener came into that one 13-1 on the season, but the Falcons were able to play a great game against the Pride and come out with the victory on homecoming. And all the Falcon teams had good days on homecoming. The men's soccer and the women's soccer team were also able to play well and get the victories on homecoming, as well as the volleyball team on Friday night against Elizabethtown picked up a big win. And then the cross-country teams were also in action over the weekend at Connecticut College.
And Mike, I don't know if you talked about it at the top of the broadcast, but Lebanon Valley has been a team that scores early in games. I think looking at some of their box scores in recent weeks and recent contests, they had 3 of their 4 conference games, I should say, with a goal in the first 8 minutes of the contest as Musser sends this one forward. Brought down initially by the Dutchmen, but the Falcons take over. Working into the circle, looking for Wiederecht, and that one gets a little bit too far. And Messiah's going to earn a penalty corner as Nikki Willi, kicked that one loose, but I think it was deemed dangerous. So the clock is going to stop here with 11:13 remaining in this opening quarter.
Yeah, Willi did do a good job of getting out there and kicking it away, but like you mentioned, it was deemed dangerous, and it will give the Falcons their first penalty corner of the game, and it looks like it'll be Nicole Shank doing the inserting.
So Shank inserts it to Brubaker. Brubaker puts that one through. Falcons trying to tip that one. Eventually it goes just wide. I think that was last touched by Hannah Palm as her shot ricocheted wide.
Yeah, the Falcons have definitely done a good job of definitely switching up their looks on the penalty corners. They don't really have like a go-to look. They definitely switched it up. They have all kinds of different players taking shots, and it's definitely worked out for them, as most games they've at least had a goal or two on penalty corners.
Yeah, always dangerous opportunities for teams. First opportunity of the night inside of the opening 5 minutes of this one as the Dutchmen send this one forward. Taylor Pence picks that one up in the midfield, but the Dutchmen turn it over as Mackenzie Brubaker, junior captain, pick up the ball right at the midfield stripe, hands it off to Smith. Smith working her way forward, trying to find a teammate on the far side. Gets touched initially by Lebanon Valley, but the Falcons take it right back. Masai trying to work the ball into the circle from the far sideline. Can't get it all the way there. It's pushed out in front. Here's Kat trying to run it down from the far sideline. Has it and hammers one forward. And eventually it's going to be ruled out of bounds. Last touch by Messiah. So 9:40 remaining.
But yeah, both teams really not having great opportunities so far in this one. The Falcons were able to work it in the circle and get a penalty corner, but Lebanon Valley yet to really get one in the circle so far in this one, and they're trying to do just that right now, and they just lose it out of the goal line, and it's going to go back to the Falcons.
Nearly the announcer's curse there, Mike. You say they haven't generated anything, and immediately a ball goes shooting into the circle. It always seems to go that way as the Falcons can't control this one right in front of their bench. Here comes Dinger. Faith Dinger trying to slot one into the circle.
Some great stick work there by Ashlyn Smith. She was able to keep it on her stick and kind of bring it down the field, but then she ended up losing it and giving it back to Lebanon Valley. And Lebanon Valley loses it out, and it's going to go back to the Falcons.
And Messiah again can't connect that pass on the near sideline. Trying to create some space and get that ball out of the attacking third. This one popped up into the air. Last touch by Palm. This one dangerously put into the circle by the Dutchman. Now Brubaker has it, looking for Palm again. This time she does corral it initially, and it's going to be whistled for the foul, attacking from behind. Now Garmin trying to work that one in. Once again on the near side, and corner is not going to be earned. It's going to be just outside the circle. Oh, excuse me, from the going to be a long hit coming up. Closing in on the midway point of the opening quarter is this one errant pass, and you see Taylor Wiederacht in the middle of your screen just sprinting forward. Great burst of speed on the near sideline. I think that's Weaver. It was Weaver, your offensive player of the week. And now Smith has it, just ripping a stick away from an opponent. Smith chips one forward. Palm trying to corral it there on the near sideline. Last touched by Musser as that one shoots away.
Yeah, it would have been a good opportunity there for Palm, but she, like you said, she just kind of hit it out just a little too far and ended up going to Lebanon Valley. But if she hadn't hit it as far over, she probably had a good chance of getting a shot off there.
Jenny Young had it in the midfield for the Falcons. Now Messiah working it deep into the corner. Wiederacht runs onto it. She's got Palm in front of her, trying to slot it to her. Ball pops up, and it's going to be whistled as a penalty corner.
Yeah, there was a similar play to that in Saturday's game as Josie Weaver pretty much worked up that same exact goal line there and was able to slot it to, I believe it was Hannah Palm on that goal, and Palm got the goal. But a great job there of Taylor Wiederacht to really work it into the circle and get the penalty corner for the Falcons. And it's going to be Shank once again. On the first one, we saw Brubaker take the shot. We'll see who takes the shot on this one. They're going to send it to Brubaker. She's going to send it over to Kristen Musser. She's going to rip it, and it's going to be wide left, and it's going to go out and give it back to the Dutchman.
Great look by Musser there on the right side. Falcons drawing up some space on that penalty corner. Musser's rip, as you said, Mike, just wide of the cage.
Falcons do get it back, though. The Dutchmen lose it out, and it's going to go back to the Falcons. But then the Dutchmen are able to steal it right back. And it's going to be a foul on the Dutchman. It's going to give it back to the Falcons.
So Musser's got it. She's got Smith in front of her and puts that one dangerously into the circle. No one home for the Falcons at the moment. Lebanon Valley trying to clear this one away. Nice stick work by Smith and a nice deke there on the near side. Trying to work into the top of the circle. Slots one to Jenny. Young with the sweeping shot. Going to be knocked to the ground. Pops up quickly as the Dutchmen send that one away to the far sideline. Now Messiah again working it back into the circle, chipping it forward. Foul's going to be called against the Falcons. Emily Knepp checking into the game for the Falcons. Here's Mackenzie Brubaker going negative with that pass to find Musser. Musser working down the left side. Nice defense by the Dutchman. Finds a wide open Brubaker again. Brubaker with a head of steam across the 25-yard line. Three defenders around her. Slots one inside looking for Knepp. Can't connect the pass. Again, defended well. That's number 17, Kegerice, excuse me. Dutchmen go aerial with this one. And dangerous pass ruled there. Musser will insert, or restart, I should say, for the Falcons. Big swing stopped quickly by Smith. Smith weaves her way around a defender, and foul is going to be whistled for interference there. Masai sends one to Knepp in the corner. Knepp sends one in front. This one knocked by Wiederecht just wide. It was a great look for the Falcons.
Yeah, it sure was. Great opportunity there for Taylor Wiederecht, but like you said, just a little bit wide left. But the Falcons are definitely getting a lot of great opportunities here. We have 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and the Falcons are looking to try to get one into the back of the cage before the end of the quarter.
Jenny Young sends one in front. This one's going to be kicked away by Willi. Masai's going to retain possession, and a penalty corner is going to be earned. I believe this is going to be the third corner of the evening for the Falcons. 3:49 remaining on our clock.
Yeah, so the Falcons earning the third penalty corner of the game for them. 0-2 so far on their attempts, but the more they get, the better opportunities they're going to have. So it's going to be Shank doing the inserting once again for the Falcons. Shank's going to send it to Ashlyn Smith, who loses it outside of the circle. She works it back into the circle and then tries to work it over to Mackenzie Brubaker. So kind of a broken play there for the Falcons, but they do still hold possession.
Falcons working their way into the far corner. This one slotted in front, and we're going to step away here for a moment, as that one is dangerously chipped into the air, and I believe it hit someone in the face there. So it looks like Mackenzie Brubaker is down on the play.
Josie Weaver is down on the play. Brubaker's it's Josie Weaver, or Josie Weaver.
So we're going to go step away for just a moment as we have a player down on the field off a dangerous ball that was chipped into the air, and it looks like caught Weaver in the face there. So hopefully she is okay. The teams have huddled up off to the side. So we mentioned beside women's soccer in action this evening. They are on the road at Hood. That one's still scoreless, 0-0. Falcons with some heavy pressure in the early going. They lead 7-2 in shots. They've put 4 on goal against the Blazers. That one in the 15th minute at the moment. No score just yet. Here in Grantham, 3:32 remaining in the opening quarter. This one scoreless as well. Number 12, Masai Field Hockey, hosting the Dutchman from Lebanon Valley. Falcons with 3 penalty corners so far. Masai's got 5 shots, putting just 1 on frame thus far. Willi's got 1 save for the Dutchman. LVC so far with no goals just yet. No shots just yet. As women's soccer sends another one just wide as they continue to battle down in Frederick. So we're going to step away for just a minute. Hopefully we're back here after we see how Weaver's doing. So we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be back with the rest of this contest in just a moment. All right, we are back here as the Falcons have earned a penalty corner. And it looks like Hannah Palm is going to step into the game for the Falcons. I think they're going to clean up some, I would guess, some blood on the turf. Not 100% sure from here, but we're going to have a quick moment, and now it looks like we're ready to roll. As Mike, can you see who's inserting that ball? It looks like Shank on the near side.
It is Nicole Shank. Yep.
So Nicole Shank inserting on the near side. Shank puts it up top, controlled by Brubaker. Sent around to Smith. Smith looking in front to Musser. Musser's shot is going to be deflected. Comes right back to her. Tries to hit again. Musser now gets it inside. Ball being knocked around, staying in the circle, and eventually Lebanon Valley is going to clear that one free. Nice step by Hannah Palm, who had just walked into the game moments earlier. As that one is knocked around, eventually touching the feet, I think, of Smith. Musser with a nice job getting her stick low on that one. Under 3 minutes here remaining in this first quarter. Falcons with 4 penalty corners so far. 7 shots in the game. A couple of saves for Willie between the pipes. As Masai tries to find Wiederacht forward. Wiederacht gets it, picks it up for a moment, and whistle's going to be called as Taylor had the initial touch there a moment ago. Masai still has it. Young tries to punch that one in. Can't connect.
So about 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. The Falcons definitely, as I mentioned, they're getting a lot of opportunities so far, and they're trying to get into the circle once again as they are at the 25-yard line. Restarting the game now is Mackenzie Brubaker.
Yeah, so the long hit coming up. Brubaker sends that one toward the right side of the circle. Not in just yet. Falcons trying to slot that one in. Instead, they try to go to the end line. Can't make it work. Quick score update from Frederick. Number 1, Masai Women's Soccer has taken the lead. Brooke Firestone has put through, I believe, her 14th goal of the season, giving the Falcons a 1-0 lead early on. This one's sent forward. Dutchmen have numbers. Brubaker trying to hustle. There in the middle of the field is Pence. Ball doesn't get to her as the Falcons have a strong defensive effort there to keep that one out. Now Masai quickly pushing their way forward again, looking for Wiederacht on the far sideline. Can't get all the way there. Closing in on 1 minute remaining in this opening quarter. It's been all Falcons so far. Dutchmen have gotten into the circle once or twice, but Masai has had the better of the opportunities. 7-0 in shots thus far, 4-0 in corners. This one poked free. Masai trying to hustle. That's Jess Davis hustling that one down on the far side. Turns and tries to send it forward into the midfield. Eventually does, gets to the stick of Young. Young looking for some space to navigate. Loses possession, but Wiederacht gains it right back. Falcons on a 3-on-3 opportunity right now. Wiederacht working her way around her defender to the far sideline. Masai retains possession, shoots this one forward into the circle. And foul's going to be called against the Falcons inside the circle. That was Emily Knepp, who had, I think, made contact with an open stick. Brubaker fights for possession, but eventually going to be won by the Dutchman.
And that's going to do it for our first quarter.
So quarter number 1 in the books. We're scoreless here in Grantham. Falcons with a 7-0 lead in shots. They put 2 of those on frame. Nikki Willie with a pair of saves. Masai with 4 corners. So we're going to step away for 2 minutes. We'll be back with second quarter action from Anderson Field. Falcons and Dutchmen are scoreless here at the end of the first quarter. All right, we are back here with quarter number 2. I'm Matthew Fenton alongside Michael Pagano. We're bringing you all the action of this MAC Commonwealth field hockey contest between the number 12 Messiah Falcons and the Dutchmen from Lebanon Valley. We've got no score at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 in shots in favor of the Falcons. Lebanon Valley with a couple of opportunities so far, but nothing all that dangerous that they've put at least toward Cage and Megan Bamba between the pipes. So we're getting underway here as the Falcons will send this one bouncing toward the 25-yard line where the Dutchmen will take over. Falcons are going to earn possession. That's Ashlyn Smith. And foul's going to be called against the Dutchman. Smith will, it looks like she faked the shot forward, or excuse me, the pass forward, instead slotted one to the far sideline. Here's Messiah up to Young. Young chips that one forward. And we had Emily Knepp there, and the Falcons are going to earn the penalty corner. So that's going to stop our clock with 14:34 as we are early in quarter number 2.
Yeah, I believe it's the 4th or 5th penalty corner for the Falcons here. And it's going to be Shank doing the inserting once again. And we'll see what the Falcons try to do there. They've sent it to Brubaker. They've sent it to Smith. Muster's taking a shot on a penalty corner, so we'll see if they try to switch it up at all here.
So 5th penalty corner of the night for the Falcons. Shank inserts it up top. Brubaker has it, slots it to the near side for Musser. Willie with a diving save to the near sideline. Falcons try the centering pass. Nobody home on the back post, and that one just sneaks out of danger for the moment at least. Now the Dutchmen shoot that one forward, and Messiah's going to restart on the far sideline. 4:10 remaining in this opening, or 14:10, excuse me, remaining in this opening half. Falcons with another dangerous opportunity, but a nice diving save to her right for Nikki Willi.
Yeah, Willi's definitely made some good saves so far in this one, especially that one. I mean, she has 3 saves so far in the game, but definitely playing good there between the pipes for the Dutchman.
Musser's going to put this one up the middle, finds the stick of Jenny Young in the midfield. Young goes to the far sideline for Shank. Shank with all sorts of green turf in front of her. Pops this one forward. Young, I think, touched that one, trying to redirect it ahead. Now Young has it again and is running circles around her defender in the midfield. Ball up front, looking for Knepp. Knepp trying the reverse shot, can't get it on her stick, still has it, slots one back. Messiah's going to touch that one around. Looked like Michaela Malcolm, first time we've called her name, but had her stick on the ball there in the circle, and eventually a foul's going to be called against the Falcons. So no shots, surprisingly, during that stretch for the Falcons. They had a couple of dangerous opportunities.
Yeah, Knepp definitely had a good opportunity there for the Falcons. She just was not quite able to get that reverse stick hit there, but the Falcons are able to grab the ball back, though, after the Dutchman resumed.
Yeah, so apologies. I think we lost the ball there out the side of our camera as the Dutchman played very quickly on the restart there. But Messiah will take back over. Michaela Malcolm touches that one to the far sideline. Now hustling toward the end line are the Falcons. Messiah had numbers there in the middle of the circle, kind of looking to crash, but the centering pass couldn't get all the way through. Messiah still has the ball. Now the centering pass comes. Looking for Knepp. Can't get it all the way there. And now Brubaker is trying to defend in the midfield. She's going to win possession for the Falcons. Reverse field, go back to the right side. And foul's going to be called against the Dutchman. Brubaker pushing forward again. Mike, can you see who's on that far sideline? I can't.
It was Hannah Palmer who had the ball.
So it was Hannah on the far sideline. I'm used to her being on the left sideline closest to us. But maybe with the injury to Weaver, things have been shuffled around slightly for the Falcons. Now Messiah with numbers and ahead of steam.
Nicole Shank had a beautiful steal there for the Falcons. She was able to take it right near the circle as Musser took a shot there off of Willi, the keeper for the Dutchman, and that's going to give the ball back to Lebanon Valley.
Yeah, so dangerous shot called there by Musser. A good-looking rip, but I think there are a couple of non-goalies in the area for both the Falcons and Dutchman. So dangerous shot called, so no shot on that one as Smith battling for it. He's going to win it And the foul against the Dutchman. So Smith brings the ball in, and a quarter is going to be earned for Messiah. 10:53 on your clock. So Messiah picking up another penalty corner. Still scoreless, just over 4 minutes into the second quarter. Falcons continued to pressure. Here comes Nicole Schenk on the insertion. We'll see where the Falcons go with this one. They go right up top. They're going to let that one through to Myers. Myers to the near sideline. And the Falcons are going to whiff on that initial shot by Michaela Malcolm. Eventually it's going to be kicked out by Willie. Or Willi, excuse me. Brubaker looking for some space on the far sideline. Messiah is eventually going to get it on the stick of Jenny Young. Young sends it in front. Malcolm crashing there, but again, Willi kicks that one out. Wasn't necessarily a shot on that last attempt. Foul's going to be called. Lebanon Valley trying to matriculate their way down the field. They're going to have it into Falcons territory. Messiah is going to stop that one initially. Kenzie Brubaker is going to earn possession for Messiah. Another quick score update from Frederick. Messiah women's soccer back on the board. Ellie Loneker with this goal. Kylie Firestone with the assist. Number one, Messiah women's soccer leads 2-0 over the Hood Blazers. Emily Knepp, nice stick work, win possession there for Messiah, but ball off the foot of Knepp is going to give it back to the Dutchman. Cecile Cat on the far sideline trying to win possession back for the Dutchman, and she will. Quite the offensive threat, has been relatively neutralized so far in this one, and again, I'm nervous to give the broadcaster's curse there. She immediately picks up possession for the Dutchman.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely a thing, but we'll see if we do it today or not.
Well, we shall see as this one scooted forward onto the stick of Cat momentarily. Messiah's defensive line is going to push that one away. I think that was Claire Myers over there, possibly Jess Davis on the far sideline. Falcons forcing their way ahead to Michaela Malcolm. Malcolm's got it. Malcolm looking for space into the corner. Sends one forward into the circle as this one's going to be poked loose into that far corner. So the Dutchman will take over. 8 minutes remaining in this opening half. Falcons with an 8-0 lead in shots in this one. They've only taken one shot so far in the first 7 minutes or so of this quarter. Whistle's going to be blown against Hannah Palm. Dutchman trying to play this one forward. They will, but ball was about 35 yards ahead of where that foul was called. So the Dutchmen have to move the ball back. Falcons continuing to win the field position battle this evening. As this one was picked up by Abby Boyer. First time we've called her name tonight. Pulls a couple of defenders into the corner. Slots one back to Kristen Musser. Musser with the big swing. Defended nicely by LVC. Now a battle between a couple of number 12s there, and Jenny Young is going to fall to the turf. Foul eventually called against Young and the Falcons. Dutchmen working their way down, defended by Musser. And Musser slows them down enough to wait for Claire Myers to get there, but eventually LBC holds possession, is going to shoot that one out wide. No shot, I guess I should say, but poke that one out wide. And Messiah will take back over. 6 minutes remaining in this opening half. Boyer right in front of the Falcons bench. Now this one, yeah, you saw that one being called dangerous there. Falcons poke that one forward. Nice job by Smith. Smith has some nice stick work, and we've seen that on display often in this game and throughout this season. A couple of fake shots, fake moves, and then kind of pushes her way to the inside. And right there was another one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ashlyn Smith has definitely done a good job. I mean, she is only a freshman for the Falcons. She's done a good job, like you mentioned, with the stick work. She's had some goals on the season as well. I think I mentioned it, that she's the one on the penalty corners that the Falcons are going to send it to her, and she's just going to have a big swing and try to send it into the back of the cage.
So green card has been handed out.
Looks like it's going to go to
Steve Kamer, I believe.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to be Steen Kamer for the Dutchman, and she's going to have to sit out for a couple of minutes here. So the Dutchmen are going to be down a player.
So the Falcons with an advantage. This one into the circle dangerously on that far sideline, looking to chip one forward. Battle for the ball right there on the end line. Looks like it's eventually won by the Dutchman.
Yeah, great job there by those Dutchman defenders to really knock it out for the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons looked like they were going to have another good shot there to have a good opportunity, but they just were not able to get their stick on it, and the Dutchmen are able to take it back.
Just outside that 25-yard line, the Falcons are going to restart this one. So Messiah works this one into the circle, but a foul is going to be called against the Falcons. Steer Kamer will be back onto the field in about 45 seconds or so. So Messiah now on the far sideline again, looking for some space. We're under 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 0-0 our score. Messiah dangerously into the circle, looking for an opportunity there. No shot.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much sent it to Willi, and Willi kind of kicked it off her own gear there, and she almost put it in the back of her net herself, but the Falcons were not able to get up there and get it in. But looks like the Dutchmen are going to survive the green card, as Steen Kamer is going to check back into the game for the Dutchmen.
So as she's running in, the Falcons are earning a penalty corner with 3:24 remaining.
Another update from Frederick. The Falcons put another goal on the board against the Blazers. Kylie Firestone was able to put one in the back of the net for the Falcons. For the Falcons.
So here comes Nicole Shank again, inserting for Messiah. Going to send this one to the near sideline. This one's going to be lifted high toward that back post and deemed dangerous there. That was Jess Davis on the near post, so no shot for Davis, as that one was real dangerous before it had a chance to hit the turf or go close to the net, as Wiederecht comes hustling back into the fold for Messiah. Musser with some great defense there, slotting one up front to Wiederecht. Wiederecht runs onto it, gets into the circle, goes baseline, tries to chip one over a defender, loses it momentarily, but the Dutchmen are just going to send that one away to the near sideline in front of us. Here's Musser again. Again, chipping this one forward to Brubaker. Brubaker in front. Dangerous one-on-one opportunity for the Falcons, and a penalty corner is going to be awarded to Messiah before a shot can get off. So another penalty corner. This is the 8th one of the night, and you would think that on one of these the Falcons would find some space to get a quality look off. They lead 8-0 in shots and now 8-0 in penalty corners. This one to the near side to Smith. Smith looking for some space, but defended well by LVC. Messiah, no shot on that opportunity. Smith wins it back, but whistled for a foul in the process. So LVC takes back over.
Yeah, I thought Smith was going to take a shot there originally, but then she tried to make another move on the defender, and her defender was able to snag it away from her and take over for the Dutchman.
Real dangerous ball played there by Vandenberg. She sent that one aerial forward, and that was whistled dangerous, but LVC takes it right back. Brubaker sniffing out that pass, gets in front of it. Now doesn't have anywhere to go with the ball. She's just going to take it herself and now play on the far side as her defender was pulled off.
Yeah, only about a minute 30 left to go in this half, and it's still a scoreless game here in Grantham. So both teams really trying to see if they can't put a quick tally up on the board before halftime.
Yeah, 1:25 remains. Jenny has that one on, Jenny Young, I should say, has that one on her stick momentarily, loses it out of bounds. Masai again trying to push that one forward. Can't connect the pass, goes out of play. Now LVC trying to connect a forward pass, goes to Davis. I always get those 25 and 23 messed up, but Davis picks it up on the far sideline, gets it ahead to Musser. Musser looking for some space, and foul's going to be called. 38 seconds remain. Musser's going to go negative with this one all the way back to Myers. Myers shoots this one forward, but picked off by the Dutchman. And now they get it on the stick of Kat. 26 seconds remain. It's the first time we've really seen Kat in action. Ball on her stick, pushing her way forward. Has some space into the circle. Can't get a good look as that one trickles out of play. And Masai's going to restart here. 13 seconds. And they try to push this one forward. 10 seconds remain in the half. Masai has Wiederecht streaking down the right side. Now Wiederecht's got on her stick. 3 seconds left. Slides it back toward Palm, and that's going to do it for the second quarter. We are going to head to the halves. 0-0 our score. Falcons lead 8-0 in shots. They lead 8-0 in penalty corners, but no goals on the board. We will take a quick breather. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the second half action. Falcons and Dutchmen on Anderson Field.
We are back here at Anderson Field as the Falcons and the Dutchmen went into halftime all square at 0-0. Neither team was able to put a goal up on the board, but the Falcons were able to outshoot the Dutchmen. The Falcons outshot the Dutchmen 8-0 in both shots and corners. So the Falcons definitely, I would say, dominating the time of possession, and we'll see if they're able to put any goals up on the board coming into this third quarter. As we're just about ready to get things started, it's going to be the Dutchmen sending it to the Falcons to get things started in the third quarter.
Yeah, Kristen Musser with a number of shots in the opening half for the Falcons, I think leading the way with 4. Jenny Young with a couple. Brubaker and Wiederecht both with 1. Musser's put 2 of her 4 attempts on frame as the Dutchmen are quickly pushing this one forward. Here's Kat, ball outside the circle, trying to get it inside. A little give and go, but nice job by Jenny Young and the Falcons defense to keep that one out of harm's way, at least momentarily. Side takes back over. Here's Hannah Palm going a little more east to west than north to south. Actually heading east as we are facing west from our camera angle. So it was actually going east to west, Mike. Here's Nicole Schenk. Pushes this one forward, gets it to Wiederecht. Wiederecht splits a couple of defenders. Tries to go around one more, but is stopped momentarily. This one finds the stick of Jenny Young. Young spinning her way out of danger, going negative with that pass. Now the Falcons slot this one around. Here's Schenk. Schenk on the outside, pushes one into the circle. Falcons going to be called for the foul. It looked like maybe the Falcons were hoping for a penalty corner there, but whistle against Messiah. Not even 2 minutes into this third quarter. No shots so far in this period. Well, I thought that one might have hit a foot or a knee somewhere, but no whistle, and the Dutchman will now take over as a penalty occurs later on. Dutchman on the far sideline, big swing. And that one with a little bit too much pace for anybody to run onto. Falcons will restart this one. Sideline furthest away from us. I think that's Musser on the far sideline. Decent crowd on a chilly evening here in late October. As this one shoots free, Wiederecht using her track and field talents to hustle onto that one and just barely taken away by the Dutchman. Wiederecht, an All-American track and field athlete in the high jump last indoor season. Also involved in many of the sprints for the Falcons. Messiah sends this one into the far corner, and whistle called against the Falcons.
Yeah, every time the Falcons have been able to really get it either in the circle or on the penalty corners, they just have not been able to get it in the back of the cage. But the more opportunities they get, the more likely there are to get one in eventually. As Brubaker has it, she's going to send it over to Schenk. She sends it in the circle, but it's going to be taken away by the Dutchman.
Good slotted ball by Schenk, and it's like an interference or obstruction might have been called there, and the Falcons are going to earn a penalty corner. So first penalty corner of this half for either side, and it's going to be in favor of the Falcons. 11:25 remains on the clock in this period. Still scoreless in Grantham. Falcons looking for the first shot of this period as well. Only had one shot since the opening period. They put 7 toward the cage. Falcons insert this one up top. Here's Smith. Smith faked a pass to the outside. Now gets it back. Punches that one toward the right side. Wiederecht has it on her stick and sends that one wide, and a restart just coming up for the Dutchman. So 11:07 remain in this period. Great job by Jess Davis. Nice defensive effort there to win possession for the Falcons. Shank has it and pushes that one toward Wiederecht. Wiederecht gets this one in toward the circle, and a long hit coming up for the Falcons. Quick score update from Frederick. Women's soccer up 3-0 at the half. Young gets this one. Nice reverse shot. Falcons trying to redirect that one, and I think a foul is going to be called just outside the circle. So before that shot got off, a foul is called. Now the Falcons send one in. This one is going to stay with Messiah. Shank with a big swing out that one, trying to put it into the circle. Now gets this one into the circle. Here's Palm shooting that one forward.
Good job there by Willi. She, I think it would have snuck in there for Palm had Willi not gotten her left knee guard on it. But a good job there by Willi.
So Willi with the save there. Falcons still pressuring. Getting this one into the circle. Won by Jenny Young. Sent this one inside. Wiederecht has it on her stick. Can't get it across. Now Young chips it up. And a foul's going to be called on that one as it went aerial toward the cage. So still scoreless. The Falcons with plenty of opportunities here as they continue to pressure. Nicole Shank, I think, caught that one with the wrong side of her stick there and will be whistled right on that 25-yard line. So restarted by the Dutchman. Up front, here's Keith. And now quickly ahead. Dutchman into the circle, trying to go up top. Got an opportunity, and the Dutchmen are going to put this one through. Their first shot of the game is going to find the back of the cage. And Lebanon Valley is going to lead 1-0. We're going to confirm the goal scorer.
I believe it was Abby Keith. That's who I thought. I thought it was number 10, Abby Keith, was able to get it in because that looks like the one they were celebrating with, but not 100% sure on there.
So Abby Keith, your goal scorer. Yeah, Abby Keith, your goal scorer. 1-0 Dutchman lead. 9 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, Keith just kind of snuck it past making Bamba. It was nothing crazy. Bamba just was not able to get over there in time, and Keith put it in the cage, and Dutchman take the lead.
Yeah, so the Dutchman slotted that one back to the top of the circle, and really their first opportunity of the night. Finds the back of the cage, and now the Falcons are staring at their first deficit in a long time. They've been out in front in their last 7 games throughout the majority of them. And here's Hannah Palm. Circles her way around a defender. She's got Wiederecht to her right. Can't get it all the way there. Now does. And a penalty is going to be called against Palm and the Falcons.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the only team I can think of that they might have been down to in the last 7 games was Franklin and Marshall. And even in that game, I don't think they were down ever in that one. Franklin and Marshall lost 3-2 in that one. But I don't remember a time in that game that the Dutchman or that Franklin Marshall was leading.
No, Falcons were ahead in that entirety of that one. They scored 2 early ones in the first quarter against F&M. That feels like forever ago. It was about a month ago or so. As the Falcons looking for a little bit of a spark. Messiah leads 9-1 in shots, but they trail 1-0 in the only category that matters on the scoreboard. So the Dutchman with that goal a moment ago. This one looking inside. They can't win it, but penalty corner is going to be awarded to the Falcons, and another dangerous opportunity for Messiah. We'll see if they can capitalize here.
Absolutely. That goal definitely kind of fired up the Dutchman bench, as they are a lot louder than they have been throughout the game. And they're definitely fired up, and we'll see if the Falcons can kind of take the momentum back in this one on this penalty corner, as it's going to be Shank inserting, and they've had an array of different Falcons take the shots off the corners.
This one goes up top. Brubaker has it. Big swing is going to be not put through by the Falcons. A nice defensive save on the far post. I don't know who that was for LVC. We're going to take a look. but a quality defensive save.
Yeah, Matt, I don't know how that didn't go in for the Falcons. I mean, that ball looked like it was basically right on the line. So somehow LBC was able to clear it out of there and get the ball back down to the side of the field. But the Falcons with another very dangerous opportunity, just not quite able to get it into the cage.
Yeah, they had it past the keeper, Will-I, and just couldn't slot that one through as Messiah continues to push this one forward, looking for Malcolm. Can't run onto it.
Yeah, Cat tried to send that one down into the circle for Taylor Pence, but just had a little bit too much mustard on that one for Cat, and Pence just wasn't able to corral it. As the Falcons do take it back, though, as the ball went out of the goal line, and Falcons take it back. Smith tries to send it into the circle.
Malcolm
she was
has
looking for Hannah Palm.
Yeah, Malcolm has it. It's going to earn the penalty corner. So the Falcons are going to earn yet another penalty corner. And we'll see who inserts here in just a moment.
Looks like it's going to be Shank once again, but Shank is going to switch it up just a bit. She's going to go from the right side of the goal rather than the left side, as she'd been doing all night long.
So just over a minute after their last penalty corner opportunity, Falcons insert this one up top.
Knepp got that one up at the top of the circle, sent it over to Kristen Musser, and Musser tried to take a shot there but wasn't able to get it off, and then the Falcons were able to get it back, and it looked like it was Wiederek tried to send another shot there for the Falcons, but she was wide right. So with about 5:45 left to go in this third quarter, the Falcons still trail the Dutchmen now 1-0.
Yeah, thanks for picking me up there, Mike. I was trying to figure out a stats question from earlier on that defensive save just a couple of minutes ago. I think Kaylee Garman is going to pick up the defensive save from about 2 minutes ago. So we called it wrong initially, but Kaylee Garman with the defensive save for the Dutchmen. And it's a 1-0 lead still for Lebanon Valley. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Falcons have won the possession battle and territory battle throughout this contest, but again, they lead 1-0 on the scoreboard. Nice job by Mackenzie Brubaker to knock that one out of the air and keep possession for the Falcons. Messiah has it, sends this one into the circle. Again, looking for Malcolm. Can't get it all the way there. Whistle called against the Dutchman right around midfield. Falcons will take back over. Just under 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Falcons chasing that one goal by the Dutchman. Chipped into the top of the circle, and foul is going to be called against the Falcons.
Yeah, that was Malcolm. She tried to get a shot off there for the Falcons, but some more good defense there for the Dutchmen, and they're able to take it back, and they restart it up. But the Falcons do take it back. Malcolm has it. She's going to work it into the circle. She's going to get a good shot off, and it is going to be a great save there by Will-I. Will-I got her right shin guard on it, and she knocks it away. So great opportunity there for Malcolm and the Falcons, but another great save by the Dutchman keeper, Nikki Will-I.
Absolute rocket by Malcolm there. Let that ball kind of just slowly trickle into the circle before taking a rocket to the back post. But Will-I was there, as you mentioned, Mike, with the kick save. It keeps it a 1-0 game.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a good job there by Malcolm just to get that opportunity. She was able to take an errant pass from the Dutchman and just basically have the whole circle to herself.
Cat chasing Jess Davis down the field. Going to be whistled for the foul as that one was initially cut loose. Here's Jenny Young. Has that one touched away. Cat looking for some space to navigate on the near side. Just outside the circle, reverse centering pass is going to be kicked away by Megan Bamba. And going to be a long hit coming up for the Dutchman. 2.5 minutes remain in this third quarter. Dutchman leading 1-0. Emily Knepp does a nice job of knocking that one free and earns possession for Messiah. Knepp has it taken away by the Dutchman. They work toward the top of the circle. Still have it on their stick. Here's an opportunity for LVC, but going to be taken away by Schenk. So under 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. Dutchman trying to break a 6-game losing streak against Messiah.
Really a good play there by Schenk to get it back. As if she wasn't able to snag it back for the Falcons, the Dutchmen were going to have a good shot opportunity there. So we have about 1:30 left to go in the third quarter. Falcons still trailing here in Grantham, 1-0.
This one trickles into the circle. Malcolm chasing it. Dutchmen are going to clear that one away just outside of the attacking third. So some confusion on the far sideline. It looked like Messiah ball there momentarily, but it's going to be awarded back to LVC. Looking for catch. She's going to let that one roll through, and I think last touch by Messiah. LVC continues to plod their way forward. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Falcons a little bit of a dangerous position here as LVC has the ball in their attacking third. They play this one negative back toward midfield. And now slot one to the far sideline. 1-0 game. Now the Dutchman into the circle once again. And a penalty corner is going to be earned with 22 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is going to be the first penalty corner of the game for the Dutchmen. The Falcons, I believe, have had 9, maybe 10 in the game so far. So, but either way, it is going to be a penalty corner for the Dutchmen, and we'll see what they try to do here. It looks like it's going to be number 22 doing the inserting. That would be Taylor Pence.
So Pence to insert, 22 seconds remaining in this third quarter. It's a 1-0 lead for the Dutchman. Pence puts it up top to Cat. Cat trying to create some space, passes off to the right side. This one bounced up, deflected. Bamba kicks that one away. I think swings that one away with her hand. As time is ticking down here in the third quarter. 3 seconds to go. Bamba's going to kick that one away. And that's going to do it for quarter number 3. So it looked like the Dutchman bench were hoping for another penalty corner there at the end as Bamba went to kick it free. But that is going to do it for quarter number 3. So we head to the fourth quarter. Falcons trail the Dutchman 1-0. Messiah with the advantage in shots this evening. Pretty handily ahead in shots. They lead 11-2 in total shots. But we're going to step away for just a couple minutes. We'll be back. Dutchman leading the Falcons 1-0. All right, Mike, we are back with fourth quarter action. Falcons and Dutchmen. Dutchmen trying to break a 6-game losing streak against the Falcons. I think their last win came back in 2014. Don't quote me on that one completely, but I think it was a few years back. We'll try to chase down the record books if it gets to that point, but it's a 1-0 game as we head into quarter number 4. Falcons with an 11-2 lead in shots, but the Dutchmen, as I mentioned earlier, the only thing that matters so far, they lead 1-0 on the scoreboard. That goal was scored by Keith, freshman forward from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, an Elko graduate. Put that one through, and the Dutchmen hold that 1-0 lead. Falcons have, I guess they had 7 shots in the first quarter, and their offense has slowed down just a little bit as Young collects this one and continues to power through the Dutchman defense, trying to get down to that right side. Gets it into the circle, slotted ball back. That one had Wiederecht on the other end of it, and she couldn't collect it. Had a great opportunity to push that one through.
You would be correct on your 2014 prediction. The Falcons lost 1-0 at Lebanon Valley. That came on October 11th of 2014, and that would have been the last time the Falcons lost to the Dutchmen.
Yeah, don't ever test me again, Mike. I remember my Falcons stats.
You said 6 years in a row that they won their last 6 years, so you're going to go back to 2014.
But you never know. Those playoff games catch you.
Yeah, it could.
So the Dutchmen now with the ball in the midfield, just over a minute into this fourth quarter. Shank has it, pushes that one forward to Wiederecht, but nicely read out by Lebanon Valley. It was Hannah Simon reading that one out and poking it through, reading the way that Wiederecht was going to send that pass. Now it's going to be Simon again. Time ticking down here. Jenny Young's got the ball on her stick, tries to chip that one forward toward Wiederecht. Can't get it all the way there. Now Young wins it back. Slots that one forward, and Wiederecht picks it up. Pushes it forward, and that one, I think, wisely just sent away. As Garmin there just had it and just ripped that one loose, and now the Dutchman will pick it up, gets it into the stick of Kat on the near sideline. Kat chasing it down toward that near corner closest to us. Nowhere to go with it. Defended by Davis in that corner. And now Nicole Shank. Ball gets swung around, and it looks like a long hit coming up for the Dutchman. 12:35 remains in this one. Falcons trailing 1-0. Pass couldn't be collected. Now sends it back to the near sideline. Chipped ahead to Simon again. Simon trying to put it into the circle. That one chipped up and out of play. Going to be restarted by the Falcons just outside the circle. Still 11-2 in shots. Falcons lead. They trail 1-0.
Falcons tallied another goal in Frederick as they move up 4-0.
So here's Taylor Wiederecht with a head of steam into the attacking third. Loses the ball off her stick. Looked like she only had one defender to beat. Just couldn't get around her initially. Wiederecht's going to restart on the near sideline. Has it in the corner. Gets it now into the circle. Slots this one in front. No one's on the other end initially for the Falcons. That's Knepp. Knepp looking for some space. Can't find a way to get it through. And eventually the Dutchmen are just going to shoot that one away. So the Falcons without an opportunity. Here's Wiederecht. That reverse shot keeps it on the ground. Will-I kicks that one free. So another dangerous chance for the Falcons. Another save by Will-I. That's her 6th of the game.
Jenny Young was fouled there for the Falcons. She's going to have the ball right outside the circle. She takes it in. She sends it over to, looks like Emily Knepp with the goal for the Falcons.
So on that near sideline, Falcons shoot that one across. Knepp's on the other end of it. So Jenny Young is going to earn the assist. Emily Knepp sweeps that one through, and the Falcons tie this one up at 1. 10 minutes and 40 seconds remain. Great goal by the Falcons.
Absolutely. What a goal there by the Falcons. Jenny Young was able to sneak it over onto the right side, pretty much right near the goal line, and she was able to sneak it over to Emily Knepp, and Emily Knepp was able to do the rest to put it in the back of the cage and give the Falcons their equalizer goal here with 10:40 left to go in the game.
So 10:40 left, and the train's rolling through in the background. The Falcons Express is going for Messiah. They tie it up 1-1. Jenny Young chasing now. Gives chase and wins possession back for the Falcons. Nice defensive effort there by Lebanon Valley.
Going to give the Falcons some renewed energy on the sidelines as well. So see if they can't keep this momentum going throughout the rest of the quarter.
You could feel that goal coming. Messiah with just pressure throughout this one. Had it deep into Dutchman territory numerous times and just couldn't quite push one through. And Emily Knepp was on the end of that Jenny Young centering feed and pushed it through. So the Falcons have tied this one up 1-1. But now the Dutchmen looking to take that lead back. They had it now momentarily right around the 25.
We do move to under 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. About 9 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this one.
Young collects that one out of the air and going to earn the foul against the Dutchman. So south of 10 minutes remaining. Hannah Palm has it and knocked off her foot. But the Falcons win it back. Mackenzie Brubaker, I feel like we haven't called her name in a little while. Picks that one up. Wiederecht can't corral that hot pass as it knocks back toward the Dutchman, and Messiah will take back over as two teams just handing possession back and forth right around that 25-yard line in Messiah territory. So the Dutchman on that far sideline trying to send one forward. No one on the end of that one, but Messiah will now have to restart from just outside the circle. Messiah sends that one aerial toward the midfield stripe. It looks like it's going to connect with the head of a Lebanon Valley Dutchman out there. Not nearly as hard as the other injury we saw earlier, but now the Falcons will take back over. Here's Brubaker looking for some space, trying to find Wiederecht on the near sideline right in front of the Falcons bench. Can't get it all the way there, but it's tapped out by the Dutchman. Here's Schenk. Schenk moving to her right, trying to slot a pass through a couple of defenders. Can't thread the needle. Now the Dutchman will take over in the midfield. Musser trying to run it down on the far sideline. Messiah sends this one negative all the way back to their defensive line. Jess Davis will have it momentarily. Kind of a one-touch pass over to Schenk. Schenk again looking to the near sideline in front of us. Can't get to its intended target. This one pokes through. This one does get to her intended target. Taylor Wiederecht's reverse shot goes just outside the right post. What an opportunity there for Wiederecht. Beautiful looking reverse shot. As Wiederecht just can't connect on that one. But a great looking strike. Hit that one just outside the right post. So Messiah continues to hold possession. Here's Palm, and it's going to be a long hit coming up for the Falcons. Schenk has it. Again, trying to go into that near side of the circle on the right side, looking for Young. Can't get it all the way there. Dutchmen have it momentarily. Musser with a nice job of swooping in and taking control of that errant pass. Now over to Shank on the near sideline. Shank right in front of the Falcon bench to Palm. Palm looking for somewhere to go. Beats her defender to her right. Tries to get into the circle. Slots that one through. Nice effort by the Dutchman to clear that one away. Pass was looking for Young, and she had some space to navigate. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Shank hits this one into the foot of a defender outside the circle. Messiah will restart. Shank skips this one into the circle. Dutchman trying to clear, can't get a good feed on it. This one bouncing in, and Wiederek hits it into the air just over top of the cage. Ruled dangerous before the shot, so can't get too excited on that one. But it did look like a excellent opportunity for the Falcons.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a excellent opportunity for the Falcons, like you mentioned, but you did mention as well that it was ruled dangerous. So with about 5:30 left to go here in this fourth quarter, the score is still tied at 1-1 as Jenny Young brings it in the circle.
Young slots this one back to Wiederek. Wiederek redirects it to Knepp, and almost the exact same goal the Falcons scored earlier. Knepp puts that one through with the sweeping shot, and the Falcons take a 2-1 lead.
How about Emily Knepp, her second goal of the day, or of the night, gives the Falcons a 2-1 lead, and with 5:24 left in the game, the Falcons take their first lead of the game over the Dutchmen.
So Taylor Wiederek with the assist there, Knepp with the goal, her fourth of the season. The Falcons take that 2-1 lead, 5:15 remaining, and Wiederek nose for the ball, takes possession right back for the Falcons. Wiederek fights for it. He's going to lose possession. What a comeback for the Falcons here. They trailed 1-0 entering this fourth quarter. They scored the equalizer from Knepp, and then just a few minutes later, Knepp puts them back on top. I guess I shouldn't say back on top, but puts them on top as Wiederek has some space. This is where she likes to navigate. Pushing this one forward, slots one over to her teammate Knepp. She found her just a moment ago for the goal, and the Falcons are going to earn possession here outside, and Falcons trying to go with that quick restart that we see often for Messiah. Can't get it all the way there. Young trying to create some space, again fouled outside the circle.
And like you said, you could definitely feel it coming for the Falcons. They had gotten opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and they were finally able to get a couple into the back of the cage and take the lead.
Messiah puts this one in, again looking for Knepp on the far post. I think that's a recipe for success for the Falcons. Send it to that far post away from us and let Knepp sweep it home. So 4 minutes remaining. Looking at the clock on our broadcast, which is just slightly behind the actual clock here at Anderson Field, as Cat gets a stick on this one, and this could be danger for the Falcons, but a beautiful stop by Jess Davis. That won't appear in the box score, but that is a play to remember in this one, as Davis gets her stick down low to stop the conference's leading goal scorer from getting an open look. Jenny Young hits the turf, but Hannah Palm's going to win possession for the Falcons. Young gets it back on her stick. A little bit of space to navigate, but the defense is closing in quickly. Young sends this one forward and at least gains 15 yards of possession for the Falcons. Sent toward the middle. Nobody home for the Dutchman, but Smith is there for the Falcons. Smith finds Musser on the far side, crossing the timeline. A little give and go back to Smith. Smith turns the corner into the attacking third for the Falcons. Tries to slot a pass, but foul is going to be called against Lebanon Valley. Their bench not too pleased with that call, and I can understand why. As it's going to be a penalty corner, So clock's going to stop with 2:46 remaining.
So like you mentioned, it is going to be a penalty corner for the Falcons. It's going to be Nicole Schenk once again doing the inserting for the Falcons, seeing if they can't get a insurance goal up on the board here with 2:46 left to go.
Schenk inserts it up top. Here's Brubaker. Brubaker swings it around. Here's Musser. Musser with the chip shot. Again, looking for that far post. And Knepp. Knepp kind of pops it up into the air, and the clock's going to continue to run. 2:31 remaining in this one. Falcons lead 2-1. Been a great game here on Anderson Field, Mike.
Yeah,
Falcons
absolutely.
trailed in that third quarter. It was 0-0 at the half. We've had some fireworks here in the second half. The third quarter for LVC, and now the fourth quarter for the Falcons as Brubaker collects that one, finds Young in the midfield. Slots this one up top to Wiederecht, trying to just push that one through. And now Schenk, again with the nose for the ball, gets out there and collects it momentarily for the Falcons. Schenk again wins it for Masai, going against Cat. And a card coming here for Cat, and that is going to sit her down for the rest of regulation.
And if you're the Dutchman, that is not the person you want to see be sitting down for the rest of regulation, as she is their goal scorer.
So this one, obviously with huge implications in the standings, as the Falcons chip this one into the middle, and penalty corners going to be awarded to the Falcons. But as I was about to say, Mike, is not only serious standing implications, but seeding implications as well. Home field could very well be decided tonight for the conference championship tournament. Falcons are winners of the last 12 conference championships, and I think only one of those they've done it at home. I think 2014 was the last time they won it as the 4 seed. But we'll see here. 1:40 remains. Ball goes up top to Brubaker. Falcons go to the far side away from us. Trying to find Brubaker again. Long developing play here. Eventually gets it to Musser in the middle of the circle. Ball shot by Musser, saved by Willi. And now the Dutchmen are on the run. 1:20 remaining. Pushing this one forward. Falcons have a couple of defenders back and a whole host of other ones coming back as Young has it on her stick. 1:13 remaining, but a nice tackle there in the midfield by the Dutchman. Dutchman, that one's going to run into a foot for Lebanon Valley, and with 1:03 remaining, Falcons are going to have the ball and the lead. Ball goes to the far sideline away from us. This one, again, pushed forward. Last touch by the Dutchman. 46 seconds remain. So it looks like our clock on our screen's gone down a little bit, but 35 seconds remain. Falcons with the ball, looking for Palm. Palm trying to keep that one in, can't get there in time. 30 seconds remain. Palm wins possession for the Falcons. Huge possession fight there on the near sideline. Palm slots it in front for Wiederecht. Wiederecht tries to get it to Knepp again on the far sideline, or right far post, excuse me. Everything's happening a little too quick for me out there, Mike, but 12 seconds remain. Falcons have the ball as a wild swing is taken. And that is going to do it here from Grantham. Falcons survive a real thriller against the Dutchmen. Falcons improve their winning streak to 8 games, as the Dutchmen's winning streak is going to fall at 7. Messiah improves to 5-0 in the MAC Commonwealth. Lebanon Valley suffers their first loss in conference play. And this one lived up to the billing between the top 2 teams in the conference. Lebanon Valley took a 1-0 lead in the third quarter there on that goal from Keith. But then 2 fourth-quarter goals from Emily Knepp kind of put the Falcons over the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let them win this game. Mike, just a couple of final thoughts on the game this evening. Jeez.
Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, it was really exciting. Honestly, it kind of looked destined for overtime for a while there when it was 1-1. But then Emily Knepp, like you said, basically a carbon copy of the first goal. Knepp was able to score the second goal, put the Falcons up 2-1, and that score ended up holding true, and the Falcons win, and they moved to 5-0 in the conference, 8 in a row, and they are feeling good coming into their next game against Albright on Saturday.
So, yeah, as you mentioned, Mike, Falcons move to 5-0. They take over sole possession of first place in the MAC Commonwealth. Messiah next in action at Albright this weekend. I believe it's homecoming for the Albright Lions. They're in action at 5:30 p.m. Then just one more conference game after that. Next Wednesday, we host the Hood Blazers right here on Anderson Field at 6 p.m. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. From all of us here at GoMasai.tv, I'm Matthew Fenton alongside Michael Pagano, saying thank you for joining us and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Until next time, have a good night.